And welcome everybody to the Formula One World Championship, Fabio and Funk, for the last time this year, in the year of 2024, where we've had 24 races. We've had the 24th race. It was at, of course, Abu Dhabi. And no, Fabio. Let's not overplay the card.
Wait, that went surprisingly well.
It did, didn't it, considering we only just came up with it. Okay. Look, anyway, that's what I pay my scriptwriter for. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah, fuck it,
Okay,
yeah.
So, no,
You've been
2024.
rehearsing for days. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Abu Dhabi, 2024. Last race of the year, thank goodness. Although we will be having a test there next week. Everything on the line, really, for the Constructors' World Championship. It could have been Ferrari, it could have been McLaren. As it turned out, McLaren took the pole position and second place. Ferrari a little further back, and it wasn't to matter. All of that got thrown away in the first corner. Of course, a brilliant start by Norris on pole position. Not such a good start by Piastri, and a great start by the ever forceful Max Verstappen, who tried to force his way on the inside of turn one. Unfortunately, left his front wheel in there, clipped Piastri. Piastri spun to the back. Also, Max spinning as well. He was to pick up a 10-second penalty for that, which he then said was fair enough. Could have been 5, could have been 10, didn't really fuck him out. It was the thing. Initially, he didn't say that, of course. He said it was stupid. I think that was his phrase. That's stupid. He said he was super unlucky. Anyway, they gave him a 10-second penalty. And then into another turn, Perez, who'd started much further back, although not badly, was taken out by fucking Bottas. And there you go. That was Bottas's last contribution to Formula One, to really stick the nail into Perez. Who says the guy's got no standards? Anyway, needless to say, that was the action. Both the Red Bulls getting involved early on. So there we are. It wasn't to make any matter. It wasn't to make any difference anyway, because, of course, Norris was to go on and win the race and take the World Championship Constructors title for McLaren for the first time since 1998. So that is some time, obviously. And, of course, a few disastrous positions. It wasn't to be helped, of course, by Piastri also going into the back of Colapinto and getting a penalty for that. So that didn't matter. One would say, though, that Ferrari, Sainz drove a great race, of course, chased Norris all the way home. That wasn't enough for the championship. He really needed to win the race. And obviously a strong mention for Leclerc, who started at the back and ended up in third place. Count it. 1 place, 2 place, 3 places. Count them. Third place and overtook countless numbers of cars on the first lap. How many was that, Fabio?
I think it was 11 cars in one lap.
11. 11 cars on lap one.
It was mental. It reminded me of what was 93, 98 Senna at
okay.
Silverstone. But that was on wet, and we knew Senna was magical on wet.
Oh, of course he was. Yes.
I think, and I know there might be some critics here, but I think that was better than Senna's first lap under the wet.
Okay, interesting. That's great. Let me just say this. I'm going to put a link to a video with those overtakes in the chat that Fabio found for us. And how did Leclerc gain 11 positions on race start is the name of the video. And I'm just going to put it in the thing now. So please check that out. It's incredible. It's incredible.
It's wonderful. It's really wonderful. Granted, you overtake some. Some of the people got accidents. Piastri and Verstappen and Bottas and Perez. But still, usually when you start from the back, and Colapinto teaches us something, Zoo and all the people. I mean, you also find the troubles, and it's really hard not to crash into somebody, and it just wow.
Yeah, it is hard not to crash into people. Which takes us back to the race. Funnily enough, I only asked you the one question, Fabio, but thank you so much anyway.
Sorry.
All right, But also, I think I can't remember the exact lap at the moment, but there was a lap where I think it was Magnussen was going down the outside trying to overtake one of the Saubers or the kick Saubers. I think it was Bottas, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
who also got into another crash.
Yes.
And managed to take the Haas out temporarily anyway. I mean, the teams weren't helping the constructors. Other teams that weren't involved weren't helping the constructors' titles. Anyway, Max Verstappen, having dropped to the back, came valiantly through the field as always. Like a space truck. But there we are. Also, the other person who drove well was Hamilton, who also came from the back, having taken an engine penalty in qualifying to finish. I think it was fourth place behind Leclerc. So 2 great drives by 2 Italian drivers from the back of the field. I think we can now officially declare Lewis Hamilton as a Ferrari driver. I don't know if you saw what he came into his work with on the beginning of the Qatari Grand Prix. Fabio, did you see that?
Yeah.
You did. I'm trying to find it for you now. Let me just open it up.
Nice outfit. Yeah.
Let me just open it up. Oh, there we go. Let me just go back here. And I think we will share this one because I think we'll get away with it. So Lewis Hamilton turning up for his final day at the Mercedes team for driving anyway. He's got a few more things to do. And as you can see, he's a man of style. He's a man of character. Everyone's shooing away so he can walk on his own in his stylish clothes. Go ahead, Lucky.
I'm speechless.
That's great. Look. Gotta love him. Who's just there's nothing going on at Mercedes, and him and Toto, they're absolutely brilliant friends. So there you go. And of course, on the very last lap, Hamilton had a fantastic lap and managed to chase down Russell and overtake him around the outside of, I think it's turn 9 or something. And a brilliant overtake, long way around. Obviously, he had the tyres to do it, so it wasn't that brilliant. There's nothing Russell could do, and managed to take 4th place from Russell, which was a fantastic end to his Formula One career at Mercedes, I feel. And, justified the year in some respects, showed everybody that he still got it to follow Leclerc all the way through the field. And what can we say? This sets up next year as the Ferrari team having the, shall we say, the commercial success in terms of drivers. Everybody will be eyes on Ferrari drivers and how they interact and what they can do. So that'll be amazing. All the other teams are going to be one-car drivers, apart from McLaren, of course, who seem like they're 2 teams rather than 2 drivers. But there we go. And as I say, Norris home in 1st place to win the Constructors' title. Sainz in 2nd place, 6 seconds behind that, following Norris home, a good drive for his last Ferrari drive. Leclerc 25 seconds behind that. Russell 5 seconds behind that. Hamilton 5 seconds behind that. Hamilton on his tail. And 12 seconds further back was Verstappen, whose car, he said, just was not performing and was very inconsistent. I think you'll find it was inconsistent because you smashed the front wheel in the first corner. I could be wrong. Gasly in 7th place. A great end to the season for Gasly. Looking forward to seeing what Alpine can do next year. If they can make any progress, that would be amazing. Of course, now they have Angelotti, Fabio Angelotti. What's his name again? Flavio. See you later. No, I can't remember the guy's name.
Who's that? The football?
Alpine.
Oh, Briatore.
Yeah, there you go. Flatulent Briatore.
Flavio Briatore, yeah.
That was the guy. Yeah, I knew his name.
He has a beach resort not too far from where I live, and
He
recently sold it. Yeah.
Did you say he has a bitch resort?
Yeah, beach, like on the beach, the
Oh
seaside.
yeah, women. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's called Twiga.
It's called what?
It's called Twiga. Shit, you not.
Twiga. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do for
Well,
him.
I don't
Apparently.
know, but he sold it. Now
like
he sold it to Crazy Pizza.
Crazy Pizza. What?
He has
Crazy
a franchise.
Crazy piece of ass.
He has a franchising. It's called Crazy
Oh,
Pizza.
okay. Yeah.
He's opening in Monte Carlo. Well.
He has a bitch resort where he's into crazy piece of ass. Thank you very much for that, Fabio. Moving on, just to say, Hulkenberg, 8th place, unlucky. Alonso, 9th place. Again, a consistent finish. He was pretty nonplussed. And Piastri, 10th place. Very disappointing. Just pushing out Albon, who managed to recover at least somewhat of a decent drive. And I would say in 12th place, you're never going to guess who. Lucky.
Lance Stroll?
Let me tell you. No, it was the most successful Canadian start driver of all time.
Okay, that's Lance Stroll.
Oh, what twat.
He's a twat.
There we go. Okay, and
All right.
the rest don't matter. Obviously, Perez claiming he still has his career. I think I've got a few messages to catch up on. Oh my God! Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Hello, Dave. Captain Des says hello, folks. Thank you very much for being here. And nice thumbnail, says Savage. Thank you for being here, Savage. Good evening, Lucky, Fabio, and Simos. Thank you very much, Bub. Great to see you. Sorry about your driver this week, but hey, 1 out of 24. Who cares? Because he's got the main title. So there we go. Thomas looks exactly like I pictured him. Thank you. That's great. I don't know what that means.
Well, yeah.
I could be anything. But that's all right, Dave. Doesn't matter. I'll take it. Hello, Lucky. Hello, Lucky's here as well. Well done. Big wave from Savage. Fucking Bottas. I said it because I knew you were here. But there we go. Bub says, I enjoyed that spin from Max. Masterful spin. In unison with Piastri. One might think, if I was a conspiracy man, which Fabio we know I'm not.
No.
Okay. I would say that Piastri and he had planned that, and that they might be teammates next year. Just saying, Max. Yes, just saying, Bub. Apologise. Max apologised. He made the mistake and apologized. He did apologise for it. Not at the time, but later on, when he'd had a chat with his team, he did apologise. Although when he said it, did he actually apologise though? Did he say sorry? So. I don't think he said sorry. I just think he apologised. I think he said the penalty was fair enough.
Well, yeah, but
I think that's what he said.
I don't think it was serious though.
Where's the link? If you read, I put the link in the.
I already
down below. Oh, you already know.
Yeah.
Great. I put it in below. Oh yeah, Fabio's put the link in there. Cool to show up in pajamas. Thank you. I'm not in pajamas. This is actually.
He was talking about Lewis.
Oh, about Lewis. Yeah. That's very good. Yeah, very good. Something I predicted finish Lewis not finishing with Ferrari. Yes, you did. Although we thought he might be in the practice. That's what we were thinking about, but no, he's not. Just reiterate the prediction because I think it will come true. Oh, not finishing. Hang on a minute. There's something else. Yeah. Oh, right. Next year. You think next year, Bub? You think he might not finish?
Yeah.
The season. Okay. Interesting. Let's see. Well, let's see. Housey's here. Thank you very much for stopping by, Housey. Really appreciate it. Good to see you, as always. He says, "Oh, you mean next season?" Yes, next season. I am catching up. I will get through this if it kills me. Housey. Hello, Dave says hi, Housey. Fabio says, never mind, me touching wood then. We don't want to know what you're doing beneath your desk. Keep that to yourself. Okay. Elsie says, hello, Fabio. Hello, Captain.
Funnily enough, in Italian, I mean, you could say touching wood or scratching balls.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
They achieved the same goal, really.
Yeah.
Brojo says, hi, Emma first. Emma first. So I think that's at you, Fabio, because you're a fur. Fabio.
Yeah.
Okay. I've never seen you. No, don't make me blush.
Oh, boy.
Don't make me blush. Okay, yeah. I mean that you never saw him. Thank you, Brojo. I was going to cross you off my Christmas list. There we go. Yeah, good to see you. It was a compliment. Yeah, okay, thank you. It was a compliment. I wasn't sure, but there we are. And he says, Captain says, hi, Brojo. Thank you very much. That's everybody.
Yep.
That was the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So over to you, Fabio, and please take it away.
Yeah, I mean, it was the last race. It was really a mission impossible for Ferrari about the World Championship. Too many points, and the McLaren was shown to be faster in free practices and all stuff. And basically, it showed up. They were basically like 10th of a second faster on average than Ferrari. So yeah, it was almost impossible. Still, I mean, it was an interesting race. We saw, as you said, some things that we expected, like Perez retiring and Bottas crashing into somebody. Yeah, I think that there were 3 points in the race which were really interesting. Well, actually 4. The first one was just to take it away. I think that the penalty that he gave to Verstappen with Piastri at the first corner, first lap, that was the cherry on top of how fucked up the FIA and the stewards have been, this season. Such an accident would have never been punished up until a few races ago. They changed, their attitude. I think that Verstappen actually did nothing wrong in that instance. He was inside the corner. He was keeping his trajectory, and Piastri just turned into like nobody was there. So I don't know why they penalized him. Well, actually, I have my suspicions why they penalized him, but still, I think that was either a racing accident or more than other Piastri being at fault in that instance. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen very often, but I'm totally with Verstappen in that particular accident. The other 3 things, well, besides the amazing first lap and all the race overall by Leclerc, but that first lap was, I think I watched that video 4 or 5 times, and every time it's so good, especially when he overtakes, I think 3 or 4 cars in one corner by basically not braking and passing all of them on the outside. It's really good, really fantastic. I think that Leclerc, again, it was a mission impossible because they had to change the battery, so he already got 10 positions on the grid of penalty, and then he managed. He didn't. They took him away the time in qualifying between Q2 and Q3 because literally millimeters on the first corner it went out, so he was forced to start from the back. But still, I think it showed a great. He really had a great fight in him, and I think he really believed him. He kept asking how far was Carlos from Norris at the end, and if that was enough to win the World Championship. So yeah, I mean, I've never seen somebody so pissed off at the end of the race where you get third by starting last, and still he was pissed off like somebody killed his cat or dog or So yeah, that
Yeah.
shows something. There was also a really nice exchange of glances between Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc at the very end, which I think there is a picture somewhere there. It was really really good. Anyway, Carlos, nice race. But the other guy which made a great race, I think, was Lewis, with a car that he didn't feel comfortable with the car in the whole weekend. Still, he managed to get fourth with a fantastic last stint on the tires. I mean, it's true that Toto opened the radio and told Russell, to keep it fair with Lewis. And he said, yeah, of course. And I would say, that, I mean, Russell tried. He didn't try too much, but he tried. I mean, it's not that he let him pass. The thing is that and it's true what you said, Savas. I mean, it was on fresher tires, medium tires and all that stuff. But, it's also true that, and I was looking at, the messages that we were exchanging during the race. At 7 laps to the end, it was 8.5 seconds to Russell. So, I mean, it's true that once he got there, the overtake was I wouldn't say easy, but it was, understandable. But still, he had to get 8.5 seconds in 7 laps to get back to the guy. And it was 14.5 a few laps before, like 9 laps before. So, yeah. I mean, it really put himself into it. And which is good, for next season, because at least it shows that in that distance, he's still got to fight. The very last thing I was saying, the tires played some I won't say shenanigans, but it was really tough for the teams at the beginning. The fastest strategy was, which turned out to be the correct one, medium and hard tires. There were some variables, but there was a certain point during the race where they were not really sure about it, and that mostly because the drop of temperature in the during the race played some really weird stuff. So yeah, that was a little bit of oopsie, and people were wondering, but it turned out to be the original strategy turned out to be correct, and that's all.
Okay, yeah. So thank you, Fabio. Just to say, on that last lap that Lewis overtook, of course, there was a yellow flag that went out down the first straight, and he didn't get DRS.
Yeah.
So that was always, that was a little bit of tension right at the end. But as I said, he had the tyres to go around the outside of turn 9, so all's well there. And it wasn't just the 8 seconds of it. I mean, he was doing that for all of the laps that he was on those tyres. He was consistently a second a lap faster than Russell. So it was going to be close. And that meant that he didn't just drive, very well on the last lap. It was the last stint completely.
Yes,
he drove the whole stint real well. And that does bode well for next year, because that is a difficult Grand Prix. It's a hot Grand Prix. And you could tell when he came out the car that he was more pressed than usual. And Lewis is a super fit guy. One thing I will say for Lewis is, he can run like a dog for a long time. Like I would say almost like, what's the name of his dog again, Lucky?
Roscoe.
Roscoe. Yeah, he can run like a vegan dog, that guy. But anyway, having made that little joke, thank you very much, scriptwriter. That was another $100 down the drain. Okay, so there was a couple of other things I was going to say about the end there as well. You mentioned 3 things, but I don't know what they are. So there we go, and I'm going to pass this straight. I had 3 things, but you kept going, and I was like, no, that's fine. I should write these down. Where's my pen? Oh, I can't find my pen. Anyway, that's all right.
I mean, the 3 things were, the accident of Verstappen and Piastri, Leclerc and Lewis.
Leclerc and Lewis, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah, Leclerc and Lewis. So they had a hug at the end. They actually embraced, had a good hug with each other, spoke obviously very cordially to each other as well. But you could see there was a little steel still in Leclerc's eyes. Like, yeah, I know we're good friends and that, but I know we're friends, but of course, we're equals. And I liked that. I liked that a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I also think that Lewis went to Leclerc, which again, it was really pissed, and I think he went there,
Yeah.
just I mean, I would say to encourage the guy, tell me that he made a good race regardless of the outcome, stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
indeed.
that's the way
Well,
I read it.
He saw it. He had a bird's eye view of it because he followed him through the field.
Yeah.
So he must have known how good the drive was. And I think you're absolutely right. He went over there to console him in some ways because he could see it was noticeable that Leclerc was just disappointed. He had high hopes. Like even before the race, Leclerc said, no, I'm expecting to win the race. At least get on the podium, right? And he did. So like that's huge respect right there. From such a dismal place, to go, no, I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. And so he showed some real character there. I'm super impressed with the lad. Super impressed. He's going to go up in my estimation, and I may change his nickname from the Pacey Pastry. I don't know yet, though. We'll have to see next season when we start. He certainly was very pacey today.
Yeah.
Yesterday. Sorry, yesterday. We didn't record this yesterday. This is live. Okay. So now, like Fabio, we lost 3 viewers when Fabio started talking.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's
happens.
fine. We're going back. We're going to go back. We've gone back up again 2 viewers, and I'm now expecting a lot from you, Lucky. I think we need to double that viewership. So over to you, Lucky. How did you find the race?
Well, it was a bit of an anticlimax, really. We're going to. It's a sad moment in Formula One streaming. A very sad moment. This is going to be the last ever Le Reportage de Logan Sargent. There will be no more.
Okay, I'm going to have to stop you. All season, I've been thinking, every time you say it, I go, no. He doesn't speak French. He speaks Spanish, Colapinto. So it's Informe de Colapinto.
No, but
that means report of Colapinto in Spanish, right?
Well, okay. Well, I can't do a Spanish accent, so that's out the window.
That's never stopped me.
So it's going to have to remain le reportage for its last fling.
Okay.
And also, I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, when did the French thing came up from Logan Sargent? I mean, isn't he American?
I'll tell you what it was. I'll tell you what happened. We were talking about Logan one day, and you asked who we were talking about. And I think it was Simos that said, we're talking about Sargent. And you then said, oh, Sargent. And that's where it came from.
That's true. That is true, that, Fabio.
I know, but I mean that shows that you can literally say anything, and people will believe you. So
yes, and that's fair of idiots will take it up. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, carry on, Lucky. Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. So our substitute Logan Sargent, Franco Colapinto. Oh well, it wasn't a good weekend for Colapinto for his last Grand Prix. For the time being, anyway. 19th in qualifying, and of course, he got nerfed up the bum by Piastri, which forced him into change a tire, and then unfortunately to DNF on lap 26, and that was it, over and done with for Colapinto for the foreseeable future. However, in his 9 races in Formula One, he scored 5 points. Now, that is 5 times as many points as the man that he substituted for, Logan Sargent, who only got 1 in a season and a half. So, Colapinto should have been in that seat from the start, I'm guessing. One other rookie mention, Jack Doohan was in his first Grand Prix for Alpine this weekend, or this past weekend. He qualified 20th and finished 15th in his first race. So he got to the end. Good for Jack Doohan. Okay, who's going to get the Drive of the Day award of the 2 Ferrari drivers? Is it going to be Lewis or Charles? What do you think?
I think Charles. Yeah,
I think
clearly.
so.
Charles, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I mean, like he said before the race, when everybody, all the media people were saying, well, look now, you see, you're starting from the back. Oh, that car is terrible, isn't it? He just went, no, I'm not having that. No. I'm expecting, to win the race. If not, I'll be on the podium. And everyone looked at him and went, yeah, all right, well said. Well said, young man. Now sit down. And he proved them all wrong. He drove the best out of anybody. Norris was good. He was consistent, but he was out front. It's easy to do it when you've got clean air on your front wing.
Yeah.
To do it from the back when you're coming through the field, right from the back, not just, right from the back. That's something else. And that first lap, I can't remember anything like that in Formula One.
No.
Since the Schumacher days, really. Schumacher did it on a couple of occasions. Like I remember a Portugal where he was outstanding and came from the back of the pack to win the race. In fact, that day, of course, but he had a huge tyre advantage. Let's talk about tyres. No, he had a huge tyre advantage because he was on Firestone. But nonetheless, he used to have starts like that.
I don't think he was on Firestone.
Bridgestone, yeah. I was translating for the Americans.
Okay.
Okay, no worries. Anyway, Bond says hello. Bond says hello. Good to see you, Bond. Thank you for coming by. Really appreciate it. And Bub says hi, Beck. And hi, Beck, obviously. If I didn't say it loud, I am now. Okay. So, that was, Charles Leclerc. Absolutely brilliant.
For driver of the day.
For driver of the day, we got a quick question here from Bob Elvis. Who was the best rookie of the season? Who was the best rookie of the season? You two.
Piastri is the second season, so it's
no, he's not a rookie. That's true.
Rookie. I would say maybe Lawson.
Interesting. Over to you.
Maybe.
Well,
have you?
There's Bierman as well.
Yeah, that's my one.
There was Colapinto
Damn.
and Lawson. They were the sort of 3 real rookies. So, I'll go with our Sargent substitute, Franco Colapinto.
He did have a good first couple of races.
Yeah,
I'm going with Behrman all day because not only did he step in at the last moment.
Well, the reason I said Behrman is that because he just raced one race. He did super good, but one race you never know. So
there you go. You see, there I know, but you didn't say it, did you, Fabio?
Say what?
Yeah, it takes. You didn't say it though, did you?
No.
And you know why I said it?
Yeah,
because I am a true Tifosi.
Okay.
I have been a Tifosi since as long as I can remember, back to when I wasn't a Tifosi.
Talking about rookies, I think it's worth me mentioning that Doohan on Alpine is the son of Mick Doohan.
Yeah, there you go. Doohan he's also a rookie this year. Yeah.
Yeah. While Lawson is not, I don't think he's related to the motorcycle driver.
Yeah. I don't know. He's also not a rookie either this year.
Yeah, but no, I was just saying. But on the other end, there is a guy.
A minor problem for rookie of the year.
No. I was just telling that because Gardner is the son of Mick Doohan. Lawson is not related to Eddie Lawson, the other motorcycle rider, but there is another
Eddie
driver
Lawson, yeah.
called Gardner, which
Oh, yeah.
is related to
Wait,
Gardner,
yeah.
the motorcycle
Yeah,
driver.
yeah. What's his name? Is it Remy or something?
Yeah.
no, Wayne Gardner. Wayne Gardner.
Wait, yeah,
Wayne.
maybe.
Yeah. Remy. He's yeah. He's okay. Anyway, look, we're moving on. So I think Behrman, myself, because he was a rookie. And there we go. We've answered the question. So thank you very much, Bub, for the question. Any other questions? Don't
Oh
hesitate.
yeah, I mean, talking about rookies
Bub
again.
says.
Sorry.
Bub says
Yeah.
Lawson did very well. Would be my choice also.
See?
Bub, he wasn't a rookie. He's driven previously for Red Bull. What am I talking about? So.
What the fuck
And
are you
he's
talking
been in a race in AlphaTauri. He's raced in for AlphaTauri before. He was dropped, wasn't he?
Are you sure about that?
I'm not sure. No. Now
okay.
you're saying I'm not sure, but now you're both saying it because
I
both
think
of
it
you
was his
guys are
first
smart.
Well,
I'm
he
going to
drove
look
for
it
two
up though.
different manufacturers, didn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah, he drove for
I'm
two
going to
different
look it up.
Talking about rookies, there was another something else very interesting which has happened in the weekend. For the first time, two brothers driving for the same team in
Brilliant.
practices. Charles and what was his name of his brother?
Now you just got me.
Yeah,
because you said Charles first, and I was
yeah,
yeah, of course.
yeah.
Begins with A, doesn't it? Alex or Alex Leclerc?
I don't know. I'll look at it.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, I'm looking something up, so I'll look for that as well when I've done this.
Can we ask Bob a question? He sounds very pessimistic about Hamilton's time at Ferrari next year. What's the reason that he thinks Hamilton isn't going to last the distance? So we've got Leclerc as driver of the day.
Right, I beg your pardon. I've just looked up Lawson. He is in fact not a rookie. He did a race last year.
Oh, okay.
But I think he is taking part in the rookies test at the end of the year. So I don't know how Red Bull have managed to get that by. But apparently he had a debut at the 2023 Dutch Grand Prix, replacing Ricciardo. So yeah, of course that makes sense. So there was that one. Now I'm catching up. So yeah, never mind. And Hamilton will be dominated by Charles. So what's Charles's brother's name?
Arthur.
Excuse me?
Arthur.
I knew it was an A, but I had no idea. Arthur, yeah. Okay, and that was beautiful. I mean, after they got out the cars, they hugged each other.
Yeah.
And it was a real. I mean, it got me, Fabio, right in the heart, because you know what? Do you know? I've got brothers as well. That's it. I've got brothers, so I know what it's like. Every time my brother, you know what I mean, like came along and went, "Yeah, don't pick on Simon. He'll eat you." You know, and he stopped me eating people all the time. You know, so and I want to thank him for that. But anyway, Arthur, there we go. So no, Hamilton will be dominated by Charles. His stamina will dwindle, and then he will find a reason to quit. Wow, Bob. I mean, that's some deep. That's some deep hurt there. That is some cut you're talking about right there. But
I got one end here, and the other one is here. So don't mind me.
Yeah, I don't think you can find a reason good enough to. I don't think you can find a big enough reason to walk away from that kind of money. I don't. I'll be honest. How much? I mean, I can't remember what it is, but it's like 70 million a year or something stupid, isn't it?
No, it's something stupid.
It's a huge amount. It's over what? Is it over several years? And it comes out to like 100 million in all, 100 million plus. So, I mean, is he going to walk away from that? Probably not. Probably not.
I mean, we talked about it at the beginning of the year. That is it's a perfect choice for Lewis. Because if he wins, he's got a championship and the last one, and one with Ferrari. So yeah, I mean, wow, okay, fantastic. And if he doesn't, yeah, I mean, he's 40 years old, and I still think that he can bring something to the team. If you get what I mean. So overall, I think it's an excellent investment.
Yeah, and it's so. How long's it for? Is it 2 years or 3 years? I think it might be 3.
I think it's 3 years.
3 years. So it's
101.
100 million. It's the deal is for. And
I think
how
Hamilton
long?
would at least hang
How
around
long?
for the new cars coming in.
Yeah,
for
3
at least
seasons.
1 year.
Yeah, 3 seasons he's got, according to Vassar's words. So obviously everything's subject to change. And like Bub says, he may get halfway through the season and go, this car's worse than the Mercedes. And it's always set up for Charles. Who knows? It wouldn't be the first time that Ferrari had a number one driver. And put.
I'm sure he'll hang around for next year's. Well, not next year, the 2026 new regulation cars.
Oh yeah.
Give it that at least 1 year before he decides to do anything.
Well, yeah, you're right.
I mean, Ferrari has shown, and I was the first one not to give them credit at the beginning of the year, but actually the changes that Vasseur did in the team, and there were some people leaving, and some big changes, the strategies and all that stuff. But I got to give credit to the guy that it actually set up a pretty good team, as a whole. Even in terms of response, when they basically fucked up, the Barcelona updates and all that stuff, they bounced. I mean, quite fast. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And okay. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. You were saying about Charles Leclerc being depressed on the podium as well. And of course, there was shots coming out that just after that, he then had to go and do some acting for the new F1 film, which is coming out with Brad Pitt, and he had to go onto the podium again and spray champagne again, and look really excited for Brad Pitt to win the title, and him comes in second place. So that must have made him feel really chuffed. Although presumably he's getting paid a good deal to be an actor. And then not only that, he then had to do it again because, of course, they had 2 alternate endings for the film. And the other one is where Brad Pitt's teammate is the winner. So he then had to go onto the podium again and do it again. So, a lot of screen time. I'm looking forward to seeing what the wages for the Formula One drivers are next year. Because
who's Brad Pitt's teammate?
Brad Pitt's teammate. Who is it? I can't remember who it is. That's
why
I didn't say it, but I can look it up.
Roscoe?
Do you want to? No, I don't think that would be Brad Pitt's. But yeah, go ahead. You have a chat, and I'll look it up.
Well, what else I was going to say? I'll tell you. Let's run down the top whatever. Norris obviously had the fastest car out there. Sainz played the team game for his last Ferrari drive. What else could he have done? I mean, he just kept his head down and kept going. Leclerc, we've talked about, and Hamilton, we've talked about, both exceptional drives, both showing that they've got motivation when needed. Russell, did he let Hamilton pass?
No, he didn't.
Sure.
He didn't.
You don't think so?
Didn't. But I just don't think he put up. He knew it was inevitable, so he just didn't put up a fight at all.
Yeah.
Very much like when Max is going past people, they just tend not to fight him.
There is a good reason why Russell didn't let Hamilton pass, because at the beginning of the race, they both had 600. So in the 3 seasons that Russell drove for Mercedes, the last 3 seasons, they both made combined. Well, not combined. They each made 675 points.
85, I think it is.
85, yeah. Whatever. I mean, we're dead on the same point. Years.
Yeah.
So that race would have been
since George has joined Mercedes, they've both scored the exact numbers, same points.
Yeah.
Just
So,
shows you how good Russell is, despite the fact that nobody's talking about him as being a number one driver for Mercedes. And yeah, he's matched, one of the greatest drivers of all time in the same car. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So in the end, of course, Lewis Hamilton got by,
He did. So
and
who was?
he just beat George Russell in his Mercedes career, which I think is a nice ending, because they've been so close.
Yeah, it was tears all around at the Mercedes garage over the weekend with Hamilton leaving.
Yeah, I've got to interrupt. So yeah, Bob says they should have just deep faked Verstappen into Brad Pitt. Of course, it's a different circuit, but nonetheless, yeah, I think that would have looked a bit better. Although, to be fair, I don't think many people would go to see the film if Verstappen was the lead. I'm not saying anything about his acting skills and his looks, but he can't. He's not good at acting. We know that from his press conferences and his swearing, and and he's no looker like Brad Pitt is. So there's those two things. Also, I just wanted to point out as well while we're here, it was Joshua Pearce who plays the second driver in the film, and I think the guy's name is Damson Idris. So yeah, that great driver name that we all know and love, Damson.
Sounds a bit foreign to me.
A bit what? It does, doesn't it? Actually, yeah.
Foreign, yeah.
I don't think the other guy, Sonny Hayes, is a little bit porn as well. I mean, gay porn, but nonetheless, porn. Brad Pitt's character name.
Sonny
by the
Hayes.
way, talking about TVs and movies, and just because Netflix is not one of our sponsors, but apparently
they're not.
No.
Do you know what you've just reminded me of, Fabio?
Manscaped.
I was actually going to say yes, but this week we're not sponsored by Manscaped, as you can see. I've got a little bit of it, and you too. So we haven't been using the Manscaped this week. Instead, we've been sponsored by Moundscape. Ladies, if you need to trim in the right places, remember Moundscape 2.0, your favorite friend. Okay, sorry, on with what you were saying there, Fabio.
No, I was going to say that, apparently, and I watched a little bit of it, to be fair, but the series, they made a series called Senna, and it's shit.
Oh, is it?
Oh. Yeah, it is shit.
I was hoping it was going to be all right, because I've got the video of the film that came out a while back, and that was pretty good. Yeah. Anyway.
No, it's kind of man. It basically, I mean, Senna was a really peculiar character, to put it bluntly. And the biggest critique I have about the series is that Senna was, an excellent driver. We all remember him, but he was kind of a sore loser. And and in that series, basically, every time he loses, it's because there is a big, scheme or machination, or somebody,
perfect.
It's never, so in a way, it's Senna from his brain, but it's not exactly what really. So yeah, man, I did like it. Anyway.
Fantastic. And it always was, and it was most of the time, because certainly Formula One back in those days was heavily French, or at least the FIA, shall we say, was French influenced. And of course, Alain Prost, the great driver as he was, still didn't mind taking advantage of the rules. They didn't call him the professor for nothing. So yeah, I think Senna was done by a couple of times, certainly early in his career, and that put the bitterness in him. And that kind of bitterness, I don't think, comes from just one or two events.
Well,
in his career, he'd been held back a number of times from where he thought he should be. I'm not saying he wasn't a narcissist. You understand?
No,
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you say, I mean, you mentioned the French FIA, and I agree with you. But for example, the character of Balès, they just is just in the series is just lacking, the white cat.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. I thought you were. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were
Yeah.
going to say he's Clouseau.
No. It's just like in the white cat has been the head of the spectre. But the other thing which cracked me up, I can't remember which episode it is, but
Mm.
he has a fight with Martin Brundle.
Oh, right.
On an F2 series and whatever.
Yeah.
And basically Brundle, which is Martin Brundle is depicted of like a I don't know a Bond villain or a crazy man, and it's Martin fucking Brundle, really.
Yeah.
You can't. So yeah, it was anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
That's just reminded me of something which I do want to show if I can find it. And I'm, of course, as always, at the last second, I need something. I can't find it. So it's not in there. It's not
Okay,
there.
when you're looking,
Yeah.
so
Carry on, yeah.
the season is over, and we're waiting for the next season. There's gonna be I can't remember this year they decided to reveal the liveries of the cars, not the cars, but it's gonna be a thing in London. I think I can't remember if it's gonna be end of December. Lucky, do you remember if it? About when it's going to happen, but they're going to reveal all deliveries of all the car at the same time. In London.
in O2 Arena. Yeah, that's just rubbish. Nobody go. It's rubbish. They're not even the cars, as we know.
No, it's going to be only deliveries. The
deliveries. Yeah, right. And they're going to release photos anyway the next day, so there's just no point in going. But yeah, and they're charging. I mean, they're saying. There's been a scandal already, Fabio, because what's happened is the touts have got hold of all the tickets.
Oh, okay.
So they've now gone from like 50 to 100, 125 quid up to 500 to 1,000.
Yeah, okay. They can fuck off right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. No one's going to pay that kind of money. So, but nonetheless, you can't get tickets because the touts have got them all.
But we all know why it is, right?
Why?
Because this year has been shown clearly that the F1 is demonically possessed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's nothing new. I mean, we've had Bernie, right? Yeah, so
how many? Well, Lucky is laughing, but so Lucky, tell me how many points did McLaren got to win the World?
Oh, I see, demonically. I thought you said moneyly.
No.
I beg your pardon. Yeah, that's the other thing I was looking for. Yeah.
How many points did McLaren have?
They've got the number of the beast.
Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
They won the championship, and they got 666 points.
Did Zach make a deal with Beelzebub himself?
Yeah,
for the Constructors' Championships.
I think so.
What is the name of the technical director of McLaren?
I can't remember. Is it Satan?
It's Italian. No.
It's Italian. Is it the Pope?
Is it Lucifer?
No, well, almost. It's Andrea Stella. Stella means star in Italian, and it's obviously Lucifer, the morning star.
The morning star.
Yeah, there you go. See.
Oh.
Hello, Ferris. Yeah. Welcome. Well, there you go. Morning Star. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, the head FIA is a Muslim.
Yeah, and just to say, the title, of course, is McLaren win with 666 packed. Yeah. So, we've been. I mean, we predicted this, didn't we? I wouldn't say we didn't predict it. We prophesied it. Yes, we did.
Who waved the flag? The last flag at the last race.
I don't know his first name, but his second name is Sinner, Mr. Sinner.
Yeah.
So I think it was all coming together, and there was one other thing as well. I don't know if you noticed this, guys, and nobody else will notice this. But actually, the SteamYard link that we're using has 3 6s in it.
Yeah.
And they're the only numbers.
Yes.
Right? I'm just saying. I'm gonna.
It's
I am
getting
actually
scary.
gonna. No, I'm not gonna paste it. What am I talking about?
No.
Oh yeah, no, I will. I'll paste it. It doesn't matter if everybody jumps in. It's the end of the season anyway. We can have 2 hours. Oh, no, you won't be able to use it. So there we go. But that is part of the link for this particular hangout, 666. So I think we predicted it. We prophesied it, and dun dun dun. Exactly. Dun dun dun. And there you go. So
and sorry, there is another thing you missed. You know, when you showed Lewis Hamilton getting it was in red.
Yeah.
And you all thought it was about Ferrari. That's wrong. Red is the color of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And next year is going to be the Black Pope.
Yeah. There you go. First Black Pope in history.
Yeah.
That's another prophecy, right? From our very show. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Lewis Hamilton for Pope. I mean, after what they did for him in Brazil, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me at all. I think they made him a citizen of Brazil, didn't they? Especially, I gave him the keys to Sao Paulo as well, or something.
Who's shouting papaya?
Shouting papaya?
Yeah. If I tell you papaya, what reminds you? Of course, the Minions.
Oh, the Minions. Oh, yeah, you sent me something.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it because I'm not into the Minions, but
yeah,
God needs to beat Lucifer next season, please. Okay,
I can go on forever. I mean, Red Bull.
But that's the problem. Like, we know
Red Bull, it's a demonic creature, you know, and Mercedes and Nazis. So I mean,
no, there's slim pickings. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too unhappy about that because obviously it's a British team winning. But on the same hand, I would be unhappy because I really, really want Lewis to get 8 titles. And I don't care what it costs. I don't care who he's got to sell his soul to. I'll sell my soul. I'll sell my soul so he can have 8 titles because I really, really want that to happen. And if it happens with with Ferrari, it'll just be the best thing. 8 world titles with 3 manufacturers is, I mean, it's stunning. It's stunning, and I think he deserves it. But obviously, I'm extremely biased.
I think he can pull it through.
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. And I'm sorry to Charles because I think Charles is going to be a worthy Ferrari world champion. And if it happens next year, that's how it goes. I won't be too disappointed because that man deserves his first world title for sure. Anyway, over to you, Lucky. Anything you'd like to add, or any other comments about anything else? Oh, by the way, sorry to interrupt you straight away, like I normally do. I'm just saying, when we passed it over to you, to do your little section, the viewership doubled. So congratulations to that.
Oh my
Go
goodness.
ahead.
Fame and fortune at last.
Yeah.
But I had nothing else left to say.
Okay, thank you so much. Go ahead.
Are we not sick of bloody penalties?
Yeah.
God,
penalties in the World Cup.
Somebody over the winter time. There's 98 or 97 days until the season starts. Somebody sit down and work out a set of fucking rules for drivers to abide by.
Good point.
That's enforceable because every fucking race, the last how many races it's been penalty this, penalty that, driver penalty this, penalty. I mean, it's just an ongoing saga. We don't want this every fucking race. It's not good.
I mean, okay, so you mentioned the rules, and I agree with you. I will just stick by consistency. Whatever rules they apply, I just want them to be consistent. Because again, you know, I mean, we saw it with Verstappen and Piastri last Sunday. That accident would have never been punished up to 2 or 3 races ago, because I mean, there is a leeway. It's the first corner. You know, there's always been that, and now all of a sudden, 10 seconds. What the actual fuck? You know.
Yeah, like I'm a little disconcerted because something I was going to mention last week, which never did, was that with this new guy, everyone went, "Oh, he's a bit heavy-handed, isn't he?" And I just thought, well, if he's consistent with being heavy-handed, I think
Yeah.
that'll be a real positive for the sport, because the drivers are going to quickly learn that they're not to do these things. But like as usual, it's Verstappen who takes a rule, and tries to see exactly how far it can be pushed, right? And as far as I'm concerned, he should not have had a penalty in that first corner because it was the first corner, right? And I don't think it didn't look deliberate to me. He was genuinely trying to drive on the curb to get out the way. Piastri did react late, no doubt about it. He didn't see him coming. And fair enough, it was a dive bomb into the first corner. And that corner is a very fast corner. It was definitely Verstappen's fault all day and a length long. But nonetheless, I don't think he should have got the penalty because he was allowed the room to get his car there in the first place, as usual with Verstappen. So, I just think I'm disappointed in this fact. The fact they gave him a penalty is just that they're trying to give out penalties, not that they're trying to do it fairly, right? And that's the problem. So I'm happy for them to apply the rules, right? And the way the rules currently are. The last race, the guy did brilliantly, as far as I could see. But I'm sorry, there's always been leeway on the first lap. It's very hard to penalise people on the first lap because of these things. Everybody's trying the hardest, and I do think that there was some account of culpability in Piastri's driving in that corner, and because there's a little bit of a kind of amount that it could be Piastri, then I think he shouldn't have got the penalty. And so I'm a little bit worried about the fact that this guy is, fair enough, he's harsh and he's putting harsh penalties forward. But I think this showed me, because Piastri was a McLaren, because McLaren were in the fight for the World Championship, that's why Max got that penalty. It shows steward bias again. So I'm disappointed by that. Sorry, I just wanted to rant there because it was something I felt at the time. Like Verstappen shouldn't have got that penalty. It was clearly his fault, but Piastri, he left the door about as wide open as you can. And if Verstappen's down there, which he could have looked in his mirrors to find out, then he would have known Verstappen would have put his car in there. Even if he wasn't overtaken, he still would have put his car in there just to make him go wide. So anyway, that's my little rant. Go ahead.
Well, how many times have we seen the exact same accident in first corners in years past, and nothing's ever been done about it? But suddenly, they're on this crusade. Perhaps, I don't know. But I just let's get over the penalties, get it sorted out, so we don't have the same nonsense next year with penalty every fucking race. We could do without that.
And also, I'm not even so sure. I mean, I understand Simon's point. I agree generally. The only thing I would say is that I'm not really that sure that it was that Verstappen had some, fault into that. So I mean, if you, I agree with you, it should not have been penalized because of the reasons. But I would also say that if they really want to penalize somebody, it should have been Piastri, because again, I don't think Max did nothing wrong, and Piastri turned like there was nobody. But this is just, it's beyond the point. It doesn't really matter. Yes, I agree, Simons. Yeah, of course. Yeah. No,
yes. Absolutely.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, that is really smart what you said. Yeah. That might be the smartest thing you ever said the whole season. Yes.
Thank you for talking over me. I was reading it out, and you guys just carried on talking, and I was like, "Let me just finish reading it, though." And yeah, so 7 seconds would be good if the perpetrator was able to take advantage of it. But if the spin is the result, then the punishment is already given. First corner, first lap. That's it for me. I would have been happy to give Max the penalty otherwise, because he clearly didn't reach the apex first, and that's all that I care about in that respect nowadays. Those are the new rules. Let's keep applying them consistently. Max was behind, so Piastri had the right of way. So could never have been Piastri's fault, as far as I was concerned. Go ahead, Lucky.
What else does there to talk about? I think that was about it, really, wasn't it? There was nothing else happening in the race that was worth mentioning, to be honest.
There was stuff. I'm sure there was stuff. And it's a Formula One race. You know, they get paid millions. If there was just the amount we talked about, it would be a pretty sad state of the price of things. However, that's not. We don't get paid millions, though, do we? Just to put that out there, guys. So, and hello, Missing Mod. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Yeah, you're always welcome. No, there isn't. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Fabio?
No.
As a final, because we've done an hour 6, so I think that's enough time. Yeah. And I know exactly. You have a look at private chat. I'm going to pass you over now to our latest feature. Is there anything you wish to say about the race, though, before I cut you off again? Lucky?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm all good.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I'm all good.
Thank you. You're always welcome at whatever time it is. Okay, you're all good. Okay, well, great. Well, I'm going to pass it over to you then for the last section of the race. I'm going to have to put my camera off. Otherwise, people will know the secret, Fabio. So I'm going to pass it over now for, is it a myth? Is it a quiz? Is it a quiz for a myth? This is a myth and a quiz, sort of quiz and a myth and a myth. We don't know. So we're going to pass it over to Lucky, let you know, part of the show. And that was obviously pre-recorded song of mine.
Well,
over to you, Lucky.
As it's the end of the season, a special shout out to that man who does the jingles.
Yeah, thank you, whoever did that. I paid him $300 to do that.
Yeah.
A singer extraordinaire.
Not just any kind of dollars either, by the way, Fabio. I paid him.
Okay.
I paid him freedom dollars.
You froze? There you go.
Yeah. Freedom dollars. Yeah, I let him out, in other words.
Okay.
Sorry, people have been using the phrase freedom dollars to me, and like, it's not just that, temperature. So that was the funniest thing. Someone said, it's 55 degrees C in freedom degrees.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. I like that. Okay. So anyway, over to you. Sorry, Fabio. Sorry, Lucky. Go ahead. I will shut up now. I'm going to mute myself.
No worries. Okay, we have a correction to make from last week's quiz question, and Fabio was away to tell us what the correction is. What's the correction, Fabio?
Well, the correction is that I think that you missed Poland as a country.
You're right.
Because Robert Kubica won a race. I think it was 2008. Can't remember. Canada, maybe.
It was indeed Canada.
But Poland never had. They had F1 races, but they were not valid for the. They were extra championship. They had like in the 30s or something like that.
So there we go. Not only did you get the question right, you got an extra smart arse point as well for getting Poland. So we've come to the last round of the...
Hang on. There's always the other one as well.
Which one?
Oh, we didn't mention Ireland either, did we, last week? Eddie Irvine?
But Ireland. Yeah, but Ireland. I mean, went to say because I mentioned Scotland. They say no. It's they're racing Great Britain.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
he's
Northern Irish too.
He's Northern Irish, so he's not technically British. Yeah.
We all have the same passport.
Yeah, I mean, although I would love you to go
is that me or you?
Ireland and tell them that the Grand Prix is British Grand Prix. I mean, that's gonna go really well, or in Scotland, but it's gonna go. I'm sure it's gonna go really well. But yeah,
it depends. See, it depends on the sport. If it's football, then it's 4 different countries. But if it's motor racing, it's one country. For some reason, it gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
I mean, rugby too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in rugby too.
Anyway, okay. Yeah.
But in the Olympics, it's Great Britain.
Yeah.
And you can be from any of the countries and be.
Oh, can you? I did not know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's fair enough. Stand corrected. Let me just. Okay, I stand corrected or adjusted,
Yeah.
whichever you prefer.
So
Okay, let's go.
That
Okay,
was
another
absolutely correct.
$100 out
Cool.
the door there, Fabio. I don't know if you know this.
So I'm afraid we're at the end. We're in the last round of the F1 Trivia Intercontinental Championship. And the result, as you probably realize, is a bit of a foregone conclusion. However, Simos has got the chance to bring it back to a 2-point gap should he manage to get the answer correct this week. So it's Fab with 18, Simons with 13, Bob 5, Vant, and Odin 1 each.
Okay, is the answer Nigel Mansell?
It's not.
Ah, damn. I'm just
It's
starting
not.
early. I'm starting
Okay.
early.
Yeah, okay, right on.
I'm going to give you names of 3 drivers, okay, in no particular order.
Mhm.
Now, I want you to tell me which one of these drivers got the most wins, who got second most, and who got third most.
My God.
Okay.
Okay.
And the 3 drivers are, in no particular order,
Yeah.
Kimi Räikkönen,
Mm-hmm.
Damon Hill,
Uh-huh.
and Mika Hakkinen.
Okay.
So
I guess I better go first. Okay.
Yeah, you go.
you get first go.
So I'll say, what was the third one? Oh, what was the first one?
Okay, so
Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi Räikkönen,
Oh, yeah. Räikkönen. Okay.
Damon Hill,
Yep.
and
Mika
Mika
Hakkinen.
Hakkinen.
All right. I'm going to say Hakkinen, Hill, Räikkönen.
Hold on. Are you going from most to least here, or are you going from least to most?
Yeah, most to least.
Okay, so what did you say?
He said.
So your top driver would be
Hakkinen.
Simons?
Hakkinen.
Okay. Yeah.
Damon Hill.
Yeah.
Kimi Räikkönen.
Okay.
And I would say I will switch the first two. Hill, Hakkinen, and Räikkönen.
You both got it wrong.
Hey!
You both got it wrong.
Oh dear.
See?
Oh, okay.
See?
Okay. Yeah. So Bob says Hakkinen, Räikkönen, Hill.
He's also wrong.
Oh.
He's
So
also wrong.
obviously Räikkönen is the one which most wins. And I think
No. Damon Hill is the one with the most wins. Damon Hill's got the most wins at 22.
Damon Hill. The answer is Hill.
Kimi Räikkönen had 21.
Räikkönen.
Okay.
And Mika Hakkinen had 20.
So I got one.
Yeah, but we had to get them in the correct order.
Okay. No. I'm sorry. I was just confused because the way you said when I replied, it seemed to be I was completely wrong. So that's.
No. It was always yeah.
Yeah.
No,
sorry.
We were going for the three in one go. See, the big three in one go.
Räikkönen, Hakkinen. Do you know? I didn't think Räikkönen had that many wins. I think he got them all right, like in the year that he won, whatever that was, 2008 maybe.
He had McLaren wins.
Yes, the McLaren, the Ferraris in 2007 too, when they won the construction.
Was it 2007 he won the world? Okay.
Sorry, 2008 he won the title. But
yeah.
I think in 2007 they won the manufacturers. I think.
Oh right, yeah. I'm assuming you mean drivers' world titles.
The drivers, I think he won in 2007. I can't remember 2007, 2008.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking it up now. Prompting has moved to 2000. Because of
Really?
records are based on. Yeah, 2009 season. He stole victory. This, and this. Oh my God! You got to fucking read through the whole wiki article if you want to get. Okay, well, we're not going down that road. We're just going to go straight to. Robin? No, not Robin Raikkonen. Right.
Robin Raikkonen.
Okay, here we go. Kimi Raikkonen. How many championships did he win? 2007. Of course, a Ferrari man would have the number correct. I shouldn't have doubted it, Fabio.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon. I'm glad. And can I just say congratulations? Take this opportunity to congratulate Fabio for being a worthy winner of the Intercontinental Formula One, Fabio Funk and others. Hang on a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, well done. Just well done. I can't even remember the title of it, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and very well played, Fabio. It was pretty static, and even up until to the middle of the year, but you just kind of took off, and haven't looked back since. So, a win by 5 points. Well done, Fabio.
Yeah, and also Bub puts in his congratulations, Fabio. He's bought you a cake, and there's a bottle of champagne.
Beer.
So there we go. And I've also got to say hello to Robin as well. Robin Webster says hello. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And she also says congratulations, Fabio.
Indeed. And for winning,
and
you
if you
will be
notice,
receiving.
Sorry, if you notice, she spells it in Italian as well. So that's
nice. Congrats. Yeah. With a C.
For winning, you will be receiving the Lance Stroll Trivia Intercontinental Championship trophy.
Yeah.
What a twat.
Yeah.
What a twat.
I think it was talking about Lance Stroll. I got distracted. Robin's joke here.
He's twat, if you didn't know.
Yeah, he is. Lance Stroll. But he is the greatest Canadian Formula One starts winner of all time.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in Canada should be very proud of that, at least. And I'm looking forward to next year as well, by the way, people. I got to say, we got 90, as you said, 97 days, did you say, Lucky?
97 days, I believe, yeah.
97 days we have, apparently, till the beginning of the thing. There will be a couple of things of interest along the way, though.
It's going to be,
one of which
before, no, because, it ties to what you said before. There's going to be 8 changes in the next drivers roster next year.
Oh, okay.
Which has never happened since, I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just typing in chat. There we go. Again, when I say so. Okay. Yeah. So that's great. Avon, 97 days actually could be an eternity. I don't think so. Bub, because we've had. It seems like a lifetime this season. This season seems to have lasted 2 seasons, Fabio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think 24 is too much. I really do. I grew up on 16 races in a season, and thought that was quite a lot. But nonetheless, here we are at 22, and it's still doing it.
I mean, it's also true that there were 16 races, but there were a lot more stuff going on. I mean, there were tests, private tests, and all that shit that doesn't happen anymore. So
I mean, if James had 24 races in a year, think of all the shagging he would have missed out on.
Yeah.
Or the extra shagging he would have done. Who knows? Right? Yeah. Who knows with James? Could be anyway. Bub says, yes, it was a great season. Yeah, and we shouldn't forget that. We shouldn't forget that it was a record-winning year
Max Verstappen.
For young Max Verstappen. I'm going to call him young Max Verstappen because he started when he was 17.
Talking about
4 world
shagging,
titles. Mm-hmm.
Talking about shagging, Max Verstappen is going to become father.
Yes, yeah. Max Verstappen. Yeah, this is something we didn't know about Max Verstappen. Yeah. We just thought he was going out with his supermodel wife. What's her first name?
I don't know.
Penny, is it? Penny PK.
Yeah, she's the daughter
Yeah,
of
Dick's
Nelson
girlfriend.
Piquet.
Yeah, and we just thought, oh, they're probably just going out. Maybe she's a beard of some sort. I was thinking to myself, but it turns out no, bub. He's no bearded man. He is in fact a wispy goated man of Max Verstappen, who is going to be of child, not him personally, his good lady, of child in halfway through next season. Probably now, isn't it? So she's already a month and a half pregnant, I think.
Remember
So-
what Enzo Ferrari used to say, that when the driver gets a child, he loses. I don't know if he said a second or half a second. So yeah.
Yeah, supermodel wife. Some guys have all the luck. Yeah, I guess. But if you're 4 times world champion, do you still call it luck? I don't think you do.
But did she not used to go out with Danny Kvyat?
Yeah, she did actually. Yeah, she's been
And
out with a
it
couple,
says-
of guys down the pit lane. Yeah.
Yeah, and whose kid is it? Is it not Kvyat's kid?
Oh, come on now.
Oh,
Come on
No,
now.
she's already got a child.
oh,
and
she
she's
already.
Could you just look this up before you say it?
Yeah,
Because we're going down another 10 minutes of content here. I'm staring at 10 minutes of easy content if this is the case.
Let me check.
No, I'm sure. His present girlfriend has a child who's like maybe 10. No, not as old as 10. Maybe 6 or 7.
Yeah, Bub says yes, it's Kvyat's kid or daughter.
Kvyat's kid, right?
Okay, and do you know how old she is, Bub? That would be interesting to know. Yeah, so you're right. I'm assuming she did go out with Kvyat, at least to the point of a one-night stand, but possibly longer. There you go.
Yeah, she already has a child. Yeah, right.
Too true. Too true.
Yeah, she has a daughter, Penelope, with Kvyat.
Yes, about 5 or so.
5. Okay.
Oh my God! I
She
mean,
was
I know,
born, yeah,
I know she
born in
comes from
2019.
I know she comes from a Catholic country, but that's ridiculous. Okay.
So Penelope, the daughter of Kelly and Kvyat, was born
Penny,
in July 2019, and in December the relationship came to an end. So yeah.
That didn't take long.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We know what she was looking for.
Yeah.
All that she wants in a baby. Okay. Kvyat's kid lives with Max and his wife.
There's actually
Like a good Dutchman. That's like a good Dutchman would.
yeah, Max is trying to do some sim racing, and the young girl comes wandering in and starts pressing buttons and things, and he's like, "Get out here, stop it!"
That was $200. That one out the door. Okay. Thank you so much. We've done the Mytho quiz.
But one best answer,
my
best
God.
answer of the year.
Yeah.
This year's best answer, quiz answer, again goes to Simos. We learned that Jean-Michel Jarre was actually teammate to Keke Rosberg at Williams in 1981.
Yeah.
The week previous to that, I think we also learned from Simos that 90% of Italian Formula One racing drivers actually come from South America.
It is true. It is true. It is true. Dear. And I also put the record straight, of course, this season on telling everybody that the FIA did not go to the moon.
Yeah.
That's just a conspiracy. It's a wild conspiracy. It's not true. So thank you. Jean-Michel Jarre. Brilliant. Oh, yeah, it's fantastic. Reminds me of when I pretended to be, what was that guy's name? I can't remember. The guy that did the book from Australia. Beverly. Can't remember his name. Might begin with a B. Anyway, let's not go down there. Okay, so thank you so much. thank you to Bub and everybody that comes by and leaves the likes and subscribes. We really appreciate it. We've had some ups and downs this year. We've had a height of 700 or 600 odd views, and we've gone down to just the three of us. So that's amazing. Who knows where it will be next year? It could be averaging at 4. I'm thinking maybe 4. If we get somebody else on the panel, we'll get more views, and I think that's probably the best way to increase our viewership. But I appreciate you coming by, even if you have no interest in Formula One, but just want to hear a couple of guys laugh at each other for 2 hours, because that's what it'll be by the time we finish here. Then that's how that goes. Again, a big thank you to Bub for your interaction this year. I don't think it would be as good without you, because
Yeah, definitely.
and maybe if you want to come on the panel next year, that might be a great thing to do. We could probably like just do the last half hour or something like that if you only wanted to come on for a little while. I'm speaking off the cuff here, so I will have to, of course, talk to my gag writer.
Yeah.
Oh, and Fabio as well, apparently. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
So
fuck off.
there you go. Well, that cost 100 quid. That was $100 again there, Fabio. I've just received it. Look, there you go. It's on the paper. You can see that. Anyway, look.
I thought you were going to punish me because I said fuck off. I'm going to make some, jobs, socially.
Community service.
Oh, that was funny. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. We may do a review program. I don't know. It's unlikely, but we'll see what we're doing. We always do a practice thing with a preview for the season just after Formula One testing, I should say, which is this year in the 26th to 28th in Bahrain. So we will be back in February, at the end of February, if not the beginning of March, to do a show about that. And say hello to the new season, which we're all looking forward to. 8 changes for next year. Oh my goodness! At least one thing, we've thrown the dice in the air, not just with the drivers, not just with the teams, but also with the stewards. And who knows where they'll land? It's a mystery. So thank you very much. Anything you'd like to add to that, Lucky?
Yes, two things. Firstly, please pray that Perez does not come back, because we don't want to see Perez back.
Yeah,
he's fucking useless.
I'm gonna pray to the next Pope, Lewis Hamilton.
Sir Lewis Hamilton, Pope.
Yeah, Sir Pope Lewis Hamilton.
IV. And
yeah.
Of course, finally, Lance Stroll. What a twat!
Oh, thank you. Yeah, he is. What a twat. Yeah. No, I wasn't. I should have ended it there. You're absolutely right, but I got carried away with the side comments again. I beg your pardon. What a twat. I mean, what? Fabio, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, it was a long season for sure. The only good thing is, I mean, the drivers' championship was decided, so it was good that at least the manufacturers, got us till the end with some, ups and downs. But yeah, I mean, good season. Yeah, waiting for the next one. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, that's all.